What do you mean Epstein wrote in an email that Trump knew what he was doing the entire time and hung out at a house with one of his victims for hours on end? What do you mean that email has been in the possession of both the DOJ and a reporter and Congress this entire time and was only released this morning? What do you mean by that? Why now? Where has this been the whole time? The email is from 2011. 2011. 2011 was, let me do math here, 14 years. The email is old enough to be a victim. Why is it taking so long for this email to be shown to the world? What?
Yes, an Epstein files emails has been released. And what we are finding out, I cannot say. Just a minute. And a reason why I'm laughing. Okay, I was expecting the part that Trump was involved in all those things. I was expecting the part of Clinton being involved on that, Mr. Former President Clinton. But in the way he was involved, it's like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute for I can process all this information. Guys, I just have prepared you such a good video. My microphone is all over. I prepared you such a good video. Stay towards the end because it's just shocking. It is like a what? You know, guys, that I just been telling you, the Epstein is a Russian agent. The Orange Buffon is Epstein was a Russian agent. The Orange Buffon is a Russian agent. Okay, I've been telling you all of this for a while. If you've been subscribed to my channel, that I strongly recommend you to. Yes, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe. Drop a like. Comment below, okay? Help us to support liberal media, subscribing to my channel, okay? And the MAGA nuts, all the subscribers, let's change it around, okay? So I just been telling you for a long time that they are both Russian agents, and also the Tesla owner, he is involved in Russia, okay? He probably is a Russian agent too, or something similar, okay? But they all work for Russia one way or another one. That's the way it is. And now, I was like, what? I wasn't expecting this one. This one, I seriously wasn't expecting it. I do know the Clintons, okay, Clintons, the former President Clinton, I like him, but I didn't know that he had his problems. We all know. That's for everybody to see. But this part, I wasn't expecting. So guys, stay towards the end because this is gonna get really interesting.
After Adelita Grajava was sworn in as the newest member of the House, she signed a petition to force a vote in the House to compel the full release of files from the federal investigation of Jeffrey Epstein, the late sex offender who socialized with Donald Trump for more than a decade. The House Speaker said that he would schedule the vote for next week, and Republicans who had not supported the petition said that they would vote for the bill. We know that the House Oversight Committee has released emails between Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell talking about Trump and a victim. Maxwell is now serving a 20-year prison sentence for her involvement and assistance in Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking scandal. Now, the email mentioned how Trump is the dog who hasn't barked yet. And in the email, Jeffrey claimed that Donald Trump spent hours at his house with the victim. And he went on to say that he's 75% there, meaning that he may have been ready to expose Donald Trump before he was murdered in prison, and they claimed it as a suicide.
Donald Trump is totally panicking about these Jeffrey Epstein emails that have just been released. He just posted this on his own social media platform, Truth Social. He says, in other words, the Democrats are using the Jeffrey Epstein hoax to try and deflect from their massive failures, in particular, their most recent one, the shutdown. Now, many of you know his own social media platform, Truth Social, has a new AI feature that is fact-checking him. So I asked his own AI if what he just said is true, and look at what it says. The short answer is no. There is no evidence that the Jeffrey Epstein hoax is a made-up Democratic plot or that the Democrats are using a hoax to distract from a shutdown. Democrats have been leveraging real documents and emails tied to Epstein to pressure the White House and criticize Trump's reversal on releasing the Epstein files. Wow, getting fact-checked by your own social media platform is next-level diabolical. House Democrats have released and publicized materials related to Epstein's emails, a birthday book, flight logs, and other records obtained from DOJ and Epstein's estate to question Trump's past statements and the White House transparency. These are real documents being used for political scrutiny. Calling them a hoax is unsupported by evidence in the reporting. Wow, his own social media platform is saying this. On the shutdown, reports show Democrats have linked Epstein's releases to ongoing oversight and legislative maneuvering, including timing around House floor action, but there is no substantiated evidence that Epstein-related disclosures were invented to deflect from a shutdown. Rather, they were used to pressure and criticize during the same period. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Donald Trump freaking out over the Epstein files and his involvement in the emails, and his own social media platform fact-checking him. This is definitely one.
I get that Jeffrey Epstein is deceased, right? But Mark Epstein, he's not. And he's the one that said Putin has a picture of Trump and Mr. Clinton doing gay stuff. Which honestly kind of makes sense, because I'll tell you what, closeted gays, they are the loudest and the meanest. I used to be one. I wrote a song about homophobia and Jesus one time. And all this stuff that Trump has let Putin slide on, maybe it's because he doesn't want Putin sliding that picture out. Back to my point. Who's going to reach out to Mark? Because we all need the tea.
All right, so firstly, let me just say that I have spent the majority of my morning just reading through these Epstein emails. And I have to say, my favorite so far, absolutely favorite so far, is reading the one that's making me question if Donald Trump did a Monica Lewinsky on Bubba. Now, here is the alleged email, and as you can see at the top, this email is from Mark Epstein, which is Mr. Epstein's brother. And in this email, you can see here where he actually says, ask Putin if he has the photos of Trump, Bubba. Now, we all know that Bubba is a nickname for Bill. And Mr. Bill Clinton was often known as Bubba. Now, I'm not doing no kink shaming here, okay? I'm going to just say two things about this. One, I'm so glad that Bubba was on the receiving end and not the giving end. Two, Bubba, you got better taste than this. You better than this, Bubba. Now, Bubba, if this is the man that I think it is, you could have had anybody. But Trump? So to all the MAGA Republicans, Christian nationalists, I went ahead and got you guys something. Got you some crickets. Because it's been quiet in a motherfucker since these emails been dropping. Got him.
We've got even more bombshell news. Trump is lashing out even more. Now so on Truth Social, going after the Democrats and calling the Jeffrey Epstein thing all a hoax again because, as you guys know, this morning, 2 files were released directly implicating Donald Trump in the Jeffrey Epstein case and scandal because back in 2011, there was an email from Jeffrey Epstein to Ghislaine Maxwell describing how Trump was with a victim for hours at Jeffrey Epstein's house and called him the dog who hasn't barked. This also comes as Trump is literally trying to get a hold of Nancy Mace because he's trying to get her to take back her vote, essentially rescind it, so the Epstein files don't have to be released. He already got a hold of Boebert, a Republican from Colorado, and I guess she is in the White House right now meeting with him, but it's a game of phone tag is what's being reported from Trump to Nancy Mace trying to get her to rescind her vote. Now he is lashing out on Truth Social, going after and attacking the Democrats. Here you can see he says, the Democrats are trying to bring up the Jeffrey Epstein hoax again because they'll do anything at all to deflect on how badly they've done on the shutdown and so many other subjects. Only a very bad or stupid Republican would fall into that trap. The Democrats cost our country $1.5 trillion with their recent antics of viciously closing our country, while at the same time putting many at risk, and they should pay a fair price. There should be no deflections to Epstein or anything else, and any Republicans involved should be focused on only opening up our country and fixing the massive damage caused by the Democrats. And just in case you didn't hear him correctly, he's going to reassure you. He says, in other words, the Democrats are using the Jeffrey Epstein hoax to try and deflect from their massive failures, in particular, the most recent one, the shutdown. I think the only massive failure was literally allowing you to step foot inside of the White House. I think that was the massive failure on behalf of the majority of the American people who voted you into office. I'm not one of those.
And you heard that about, okay, first, one of the things that these emails, okay, the way he talks about Trump, the way he talks about the orange buffoon, Epstein just say in some of those emails, okay, he say, I met a lot of bad people in my life. Okay, so can you imagine this person that is a pedo, okay? He's a pedo. He been his pedo all his life, okay? Who knows how many things he had done, okay? And he just say, I met a lot of bad people in my life. But DT, the orange buffoon, is the worst person I ever met. It's like a wow, drop the microphone for him, because he's just saying like, well, whatever you had met before, okay, and I just cannot even believe that this is the person, okay, the orange buffoon is the person that is gonna supposedly represent Christian evangelicals. He is the savior, okay, he's the Messiah according to Christian evangelicals. And he himself is a closet gay. I wasn't expecting this. I'm telling you, and I don't have anything against people that is gay. My own sister is gay. I just have much love for people that is gay. Okay, I'm not gay myself, but I just it doesn't make a difference for me. Okay, if a person is gay or not gay, I just don't really care. But this is the thing, that he been in a party, he represents the Republican Party, and the Republican Party events completely against gay people. One of the reasons that they elect him is because they want him to take away the rights of gay people to marry, okay? That's one of the reasons. So he been in full on, okay, Donald Trump been in full on range talking about gay people, against gay people all this time, and he is a bisexual. Okay, he maybe is not gay because I just see him that he just, he like females too, but he's a bisexual, that's for sure. He may be gay too, I don't know. But I'm not here to discuss his sexuality, but I'm here to talk about how his policies are affecting gay people. Okay, that's what I'm more worried about it. How he just do things with other people. They are gay closet. I don't really care about that. He have a personal life, and if he just not going, it's not doing this with a minor, I am okay with it. But the thing is, he famously been talking about taking away gay rights. Okay, that's the part that I just don't like about him. And let me tell you something. MAGA is like, some of them, the ones that are deep on the cult, they don't want to admit. Okay, they just want to they're gonna keep supporting Donald Trump no matter what. But the MAGAs, they are reasonable. They are like, okay, this is too much for me to just keep supporting this man. I cannot longer do it. Okay, so this is like, whoa. Okay, so guys, stay towards the end because it gets really interesting.
I commented, Jeff, he said, I know you're a little busy as the world leader and all that, but like this shouldn't be a difficult thing for you to release. Why are you fighting tooth and nail, refusing to release these files instead of getting back to your job? Shouldn't you just get it done and move on? Thank you, right? Just like release them and move on, right? You could get back to your job if you would just get it over with. There's a reason he's not though, isn't there? Says, I voted for you 3 times, but you're effectively just a Democrat turncoat. Blank said the you-know-who files are real, not a hoax, and you're trying to cover it up. Go F yourself.
The fact that he, did the lollipop with Mr. Clinton. You hear about that? Oh.
Yeah, I used to say keep them in the same prison cell if you lock them both up, and now I'm like, maybe not. You might like that.
Probably enjoy that, to be honest with you.
I'll tell you something.
No, I regret my vote, and every single day that he remains president, I regret my vote even more. So it's just disgusting, the things that people will defend with absolutely zero reason. It's disgusting.
Well, first off, Mel, thank you so much. That's super beyond kind and helpful to help us with the stream. So thank you for that, for boosting it, Mel. Please show some love to Mel in the chat. My question to you is this. You have the integrity and the strength, as we have heard from so many Republicans today who have the same integrity and strength, to call this out for what it is and say, yeah, you're a Republican. Yeah, you have fiscal conservative values, but you are willing to allow child safety, security, justice for victims of SA to supersede that of partisan politics. What's your message for the Republicans who are tuning in, who maybe are still defending this, who maybe think it's a quote-unquote hoax, as Donald Trump claimed? What's your message to them? What do you want them to know for those who are still defending Donald Trump instead of the victims?
I think as a victim myself to crimes growing up, I mean, my uncle is in prison for the rest of his life due to things that happened to me for years as a young child. And I think if anybody still supports a man that has been proven to be a part of this, like there's no, they were just best friends, this, that, and the third. Take your excuse and shove it up your ass. Like it's disgusting. It is absolutely immoral. And if you try to say that you're a Christian and you support any of this, that is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. You should not be proud of yourself. You should not be, I would be ashamed. Honestly, I would wholeheartedly be ashamed of myself.
My take on the Epstein files is simple. If the files ever come out, Republicans will get hurt first, but establishment Democrats will get hurt the worst in the long run. Republicans take the first hit because Donald Trump is the face of their party, and he has been linked to Epstein for years, and that alone would shake the whole entire GOP. But establishment Democrats would take a big blow as well because of the Clinton circle. Hollywood elites and major Democratic donors are tied to this too, so their whole image of being the good guys would fall apart. And if the files release, you'll see that the progressives and leftists would actually gain political power because the Epstein network proves what the far left have been saying for years. The far left have been the ones saying that the elite class protect predators, the justice system shields powerful people, and capitalism lets the rich exploit others while staying untouchable. And at the end of the day, corporate Democrats and establishment Republicans are part of the same ruling class. And they're the ones who will lose when the truth finally comes out. And I am here for it.
I think that you have to go take a look the emails for yourself. Okay, and I definitely like the guy that I talk about that this is gonna affect the Republicans in the beginning, but all those corporate Democrats are gonna be affected too. Okay, that's the reason why they hide this file for so long. Okay, it is some big powerful Democrats. Yes, we just found out about Bill Clinton there. I don't know if he just he committed any crime, because if he just been having gay relationships with Donald Trump, that's not a crime. Okay, that's not a crime. But I do think that it's gonna be some corporate Democrats that is gonna be involved in these cases. They may gonna go to jail. Okay, so some Republicans, that is not only Donald Trump, that they're gonna be involved in this, and they can maybe ended up in jail too. Okay, for now, what we know about Clinton, it may be embarrassing for him, but it's not a crime. Okay, we're just talking about some information that is in that file is actually a crime. Okay, that's what we just need to that's what we need to pay attention to it. Okay, just the crime, the part of the file that it involve other people that they are committing crimes. And yes, and I think this is gonna be great, okay, for the new people that is raising up on the Democratic Party. These young people all around this country, they are raising up and trying to run for office. We're gonna be seeing a shift, okay, that is gonna happen in the Democratic Party, that is gonna be big, because all these young kids that are gonna take over, okay, and they maybe don't have the experience that they need to take over the nation, but they do have the spirit and they're willing to do things right. Okay, so we're just gonna move away from the dinosaurs in the Congress. Oh, this is always saying that this is our Congress is full of dinosaurs, because they are all so old. Like, really? Yeah, I like Nancy Pelosi, she was a great leader, but she's almost hitting the 80 something. It's just like, we need to get young people in there. We need to get people that is more like in their 40s or in their 30s or in their 50s, but we just have dinosaurs in our Congress. So it's time to move away from that and just give the opportunity to young people to lead the nation.
Donald Trump just denounced his own supporters for asking him to release the Epstein files, and then he called them weaklings and said he doesn't need their support anymore. So here's some of what Trump posted in a giant Truth Social rant this morning, in which he claims the Jeffrey Epstein files are the latest Democratic hoax. Here's what he said, quote, "Their new scam is what we will forever call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax, and my past supporters have bought into this BS hook, line, and sinker." And then he goes on to call his supporters weak, saying the following, quote, "Let these weaklings continue forward and do the Democrats' work, because I don't want their support anymore." So that is Donald Trump disavowing his own base and calling them weaklings for asking him to release the files that he promised he would release while he was campaigning. I mean, are you guys tired of being played yet, MAGA? He played you.
You should be reading the Epstein emails for yourself, and I'm going to tell you how to find them so you can read them for yourself. I'm a lawyer in real life. I don't play one on television. When I heard this morning about the 3 emails that were released by the Democrats, I immediately wanted to find the original documents. I don't like being told information by the media or anyone else. If I can see the source document, that's where I'm going to go. And that's what I did this morning. And when you read these documents, you will realize that for a very long time, there was a relationship between Trump and Epstein. And in the 3 emails that the Democrats released, in one, Epstein mentions, and this is going back to 2011, that Trump had not yet been mentioned, but he has spent a lot of time alone with one of the victims. And Ghislaine Maxwell, his girlfriend or whatever she was, she says, I thought about that. So these are private emails between the 2 of them. They weren't expecting anyone else to see them. And also, but I want you all to know that Trump is mentioned in more than just these 3 emails. So I also went to the Republican website where they released over 20,000 pages of documents related to the Epstein files. And I just randomly opened some of the documents and I found information about Trump, just randomly going through. There's information about Trump. And I'm going to put here on the screen one of the emails that I found about Trump. And I don't know exactly what this means, but it was some type of alert for Epstein's name on Google. And it talked about some type of tapes involving PP tapes and Russian hookers. So I don't know what it means, but I think it's really interesting that Trump is mentioned throughout the Epstein files, just not 1 or 2 emails. I also found other references to Trump by just randomly opening the emails. But you need to go see this for yourself. And now that we have more information, I really want to know from all those people who say they are defenders of children, they want to fight against PDFs, they want to stop trafficking. What do you have to say now? What do you think now that you've seen some of these emails where Trump is just mentioned throughout in regards to Epstein?
From beyond the grave, she is still trying to expose the truth. Virginia Giuffre, the most well-known of Jeffrey Epstein's victims, kept a handwritten diary in the final months of her life. And now, after her mysterious death in April, her family has released it. And what's in there? It blows the FBI and DOJ's narrative completely apart. She wrote that Epstein had hidden cameras everywhere and that she saw them herself. She said the FBI has that footage. She claimed those videos showed her being abused by powerful men and that they were used for blackmail. Now remember, the DOJ just issued a statement about a week or so ago saying there's no credible evidence that Epstein blackmailed anyone. But Giuffre's own words say otherwise, and it gets darker from there. There's a former sheriff deputy, John Mark Dugan, who says he too has those tapes. He was asked to safeguard them. Then in 2016, the FBI raided his computers and took it all. So if he's telling the truth, that means the FBI has had these tapes for nearly a decade, and yet here we are, being told that they don't even exist. So what's going on? A dead woman left a diary to make sure the truth got told. And the government seems more interested in keeping secrets than exposing predators. So I want you to ask yourself something. Who are they protecting? Who are the predators? Why, with all of these people, all of these men?
Can you all believe that the Democrats ended up blocking the release of the Epstein files yesterday? That is the narrative that is now circulating in the MAGA community, but it's kind of crazy that you all are spreading this narrative after Mike Johnson refused to swear in a new representative for weeks on end, all because she was going to be the 218th vote to sign the petition to take the vote to the House floor for the Epstein files. What happened yesterday, where you all are saying that the Democrats blocked the release of the Epstein files, was a different way of voting in the House. It's called unanimous consent. When you use unanimous consent, it's not for controversial things whatsoever. Because if one person votes no, then it doesn't move forward. Plus, you want to know why I would have voted no on something like that? Is because you don't have a roll call. You don't get to see who votes what in something like this. I think that all of these representatives, we should be able to see what their true opinion is on the releasing of the Epstein files. I want to see a yay or nay next to your name. Because if you genuinely were not scared about what your vote was going to be on the Epstein files, then you would be okay with it being public record and being put forth for the American public to see.
As for Epstein, I've said this before, but just as a reminder, I do know somebody very, very close to this case who is in a position to know virtually everything. Not everything, but virtually everything. And this person has told me from the start, years and years ago, that Jeffrey Epstein, in this person's view, was not a pedophile. This is this person's view, who was there for a lot of this, but that he was into the barely legal type. Like he liked 15-year-old girls. And I realize this is disgusting. I'm definitely not trying to make an excuse for this. I'm just giving you facts. That he wasn't into like 8-year-olds.
You guys know what she's doing, right? It's called preemptive justification. And it means some really bad news is probably about to come out. And Megyn Kelly, who is a lawyer, is preparing her defense for, I don't know for who, okay? I don't know for who. But people that watch Megyn Kelly and these other fucking right-wing influencers, they're gonna hear this really bad news that is probably coming out soon. And their first thought is going to be, yeah, but 15 isn't like 8. It's not that big of a deal. 15 is still illegal. That's a fucking child. 15-year-olds can't even drive yet. 15-year-old girl still has a fucking pink bedroom. And she still gets held by her parents because she's scared and wants comfort. I find it fucking disgusting that people like Megyn Kelly will say and do anything for money. It's worse because Megyn Kelly has a 14-year-old daughter. It's shit like this is why I'm going to DC November 20th to the 22nd, and I would like you to go. We got a whole bunch of shit just lined up. We're going to talk to Congress. We got a comedy show. We got a live band, Dropkick Murphys. It's going to be a good.
And some of the MAGA cult, and of course they are defending it. Fox News is talking. Megyn Kelly, she talked about, oh, I know Epstein. Donald Trump didn't do anything wrong. He just was just so perfect. I don't know what they are talking about. Epstein never did anything wrong. So are you just telling me that the judge, they have the proof on him, and that all the court case, okay, somehow they didn't have proof on it? This is ridiculous, okay? Completely ridiculous. And yes, and also to see MAGA finally, not all of them, okay, but some of them finally going to their senses, okay? Remember that MAGA is a cult, okay? MAGA is a cult. MAGA is a white supremacist group. So it's gonna take a lot, okay, for them to finally wake up to the cult. Some of them will not be able to wake up, but if we just can get at least 10% of the MAGA out of the cult and come to this side or to the middle ground, trust me, that will be great, okay? But the MAGA cult, they are still defending him. Like, yes, and they are pro-life, okay? They are pro-life, and supposedly those kids, they've been abused, okay? Their life apparently doesn't matter, the life of them, okay? It's only the life of the unborn kids, okay? Those are the ones that really matter to MAGA. But thank you so much, guys, for staying towards the end. Please don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to my channel, help us to support liberal media. I cannot say enough, because this is what it's all about. You guys helping to support liberal media to grow, because the MAGA nuts, okay, these crazy people have all the likes, all the subscribes, and all the comments. So help us to support liberal media, subscribing to my channel. Drop a like, and if you want to leave me a comment, or if you want to leave me money for the coffee, I will leave you all the information for coffee money in Cash App on Venmo, or you can just drop a super thanks. I'm so grateful for my subscribers. You guys are the best people on the planet. I had to tell you, you guys are the best of the best of the best of the best on the planet, because you're just being so grateful to me. Your comments, that I appreciate them so much, your super thanks, your Cash App, your Venmos. You guys are truly the best. Okay, so make sure that you take care of yourself. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Now that the Giuffre Epstein file discharge petition has received the 218th signature, here's how it moves forward. First, it has to wait 7 legislative days on the calendar before it can go to the next step. Then, after these 7 legislative days have passed, they're not calendar days, but days that they're actually in session, it can be brought to the floor on the 2nd or 4th Monday of the month. On these days, it is privileged. The speaker cannot block it. A signer, or normally the sponsor of the discharge petition, will bring it up. It is debated for 20 minutes, 10 minutes for those supporting it, 10 minutes for those that are opposed to it, and then it's voted on. And then if it passes, the full bill comes to the floor for discussion and for amendments. Again, it can't be blocked. So again, it will move forward. They can offer amendments to it. They'll vote. If it passes, which I'm assuming it's going to pass, it's going to pass the House. It's going to come out of the House, and right now it seems that maybe more than 100 House members are going to support it because they know it's going to pass and they don't want to be on the wrong side of it. So then it will go to the Senate. In the Senate, same thing is going to have to be brought up to the floor. It's going to have to receive 60 votes in the Senate to pass. Senate rules are different. It's going to have to pass a filibuster, which means it's going to have to get 60 votes. Is it going to get 60 in the Senate? I do not know. Assuming it does pass the Senate, then it would go to Trump to sign. Clearly, Trump is not going to sign this. Trump is going to veto it. So, if Trump vetoes it, what does that mean? It means it goes back to the House. And to override the veto, it needs 2/3 vote, which is 290 of the 435 members. It's going to have the numbers. We'll see whether the Republicans truly want to disclose the Epstein files. So if it does get the 2/3 there, it goes to the Senate, and then they've got to get 2/3, which is 67 votes in the Senate. It's a big number. That means we've got to have 20 Republicans vote for it. Although we did have today, Kennedy of Louisiana came out basically indicating that he would support it in the Senate, one more Republican on the Senate side. So we'll see where it goes. But that's kind of the process. That's what's going to happen, and we'll see where it goes. But clearly Trump doesn't want this voted on. Trump doesn't want any of this out because he does not want what's in those files to come out. And we all know why that is. At least we think we do. Maybe there's some other things even worse in those files that we haven't imagined. And I can think of some pretty bad things that these Christians wouldn't like. You know, there's a couple things that really upset them. You know what I'm talking about. Don't know. Love to hear from my Democrats, my MAGAs, my crazies, my cuckoos, and my bird labels. Let me know what you think.
And here is the MAGA. The MAGA is, okay, if you have to go see all the comments in MAGA, there are 1,000 of them. 1,000 of them. The formal MAGA people talking against Trump, okay? A ton of them. I put few of them here, some of them, and some people that call to this program. I just recommend you strongly to follow him. Let me see if I can find his name. I know his name, but I just forgot it. Let me see if I can just find the... Oh, okay, I will insert it here. I know it's Johnny something, but I will insert it here, okay? Go follow him because he does some like a live chat every morning. that I love to watch, and he just go against MAGA full, and he's just so smart that he can just debate them like so good.